Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. As you can see, it's another Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures game video. Now, hush hush, I know what I said, I wasn't that interested. But then I got the box in my grubby little hands and I saw the models and I put some paint on them and I played a couple of games. And now I'm very much into it, so leave me alone. But yes, anyway, so I thought today we'd have a look at the anatomy of the stat card that comes with this game. So as you can see here, I've got Captain America. Now it's two-sided. One side is for when he's injured, and the other side is his fresh. So we'll take a look at the fresh first. First thing you'll notice is a picture of the hero in question. Now that's partly because it's dynamic, and it's partly so you know how to paint him and how you can identify him. So if you came along and you were one of the 3 people in the whole world who've never ever heard of Captain America, you could match his picture up to his model vaguely enough. So yeah. There's a picture on there. That's not that relevant. I just wanted to point out how beautiful the artwork is. At the top is the name of the character, which is Captain America. And then underneath is his real name. So this is Steve Rogers. Now that's really, really important. Because you get something like Captain America is a good example, to be honest. Because Steve Rogers has been Captain America. As has Bucky. As has the Falcon. So, yeah. So you could have 3 separate Captain Americas all under different people. What you couldn't have, however, is Steve Rogers as Nomad and Steve Rogers as Captain America, for instance, because they're both Steve Rogers. Like you could have Spider-Man as Miles Morales, you could have Spider-Man Peter Parker, and maybe Spider-Man Ben Reilly. I'm really hoping for a Scarlet Spider model, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, what you couldn't have is Peter Parker multiple times. So it is important. But as you can see here, along the top there's some symbols. We'll concentrate on these 4 symbols to start with. We'll get a little closer so you can see them. Look at that quality. So the first one here, with the number 5 in, that's your stamina. And that's how many wounds you can take before your card flips over. And again, we'll discuss that when we look at the other side. Now, right here, you can see where I've been painting. Yeah, so right there you can see an M with a little movement symbol. Now that tells you which of the ranged rulers you can move each time you make a movement. So you have small, medium and large. So of course, as you can see here, Captain America is an M, which is medium. Next one across, you've got the size of the model. And this is a size 2 model. Now remember when we were looking at the cars, you saw at the bottom there was a number. So the size is pertinent for many reasons. This doesn't use true line of sight, which is good because it means you can have models that look dynamic. And my goodness, do these models look dynamic. Let's face it, they really do. But because of that, and because of the way they're structured and things like that, what you don't want is people to be able to put their model on a rock and be able to see over all the terrain. So models have a size. Vehicles and buildings and scenery also have sizes as well. And it factors into throw-in stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then at the end there, you've got the power cost. It costs to essentially pay for this per game. So if you were playing a 15-point game, for instance, Captain America would go in there and you'd have 11 points left. It's just basic maths. But yeah, anyway, so that's how you build up your little ragtag faction of not just heroes and villains. So the next thing you can see is there's a red fist, a yellow swirly, and a bluey purple eye. I think it's more of a purpley colour, but you could probably argue dark blue. So the red is physical, the yellow is energy, and this is mystic. So what they are is how many dice you would roll when defending. So as you can see here, Captain America would roll 4 dice if he's defending against a physical attack, 4 energy if he's defending against an energy-based attack, and 3 dice if he's going on against a mystic attack. So that's your defensive system. Now, next thing we have here are your skills or your attacks. So Captain America has strike, shield throw, and shield slam. And as you can see, they're all physical. So if Captain America was doing strike to, say, another Captain America, for instance, just because we've got the same stat cards there, Cap would roll the number of dice it says on the card, and we're going to look at that in a second. And the defender would roll, because it's Captain America as well, he'd roll 4 physical dice for defense. But yeah, so here we have it. We have what kind of attack it is, and it'll either have the fist, the swirly, or the eye. It's the name of the attack, so you can tell your opponent what you're doing, and also so you're not just going, I do's attacksies. This is the measurement in which it can reach. So as you saw, if you watch my unboxing video, there's actually templates, and they go 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's the different distances. So as you can see here, strike has a 2, whereas shield throw has a 4. So shield throw can be done from further away. Now, the next symbol along is the weight. Now, the little dumbbell, or barbell, no, dumbbell, tells you how many dice you throw when you're doing this attack. So for strike, it's 5. So, as I said, if Captain America was throwing a strike to Captain America, he'd roll 5 dice, and the defender would roll 4 dice. And you match up your successes against, their successes, being the different types of symbols on the dice, which we're going to look at in a separate video, just so to not confuse you. And then the last one here, this is the amount it would cost to use this skill. So you can do this for free. You can do this for free. But down here, Shield Slam, it costs you 2 power each time you want to do it. So that's the basic layout of the attacks, and underneath you can see, of course, some attacks have different specials or different rules. So after this attack is resolved, this character gains the number of power tokens equal to the number of damage dealt, and that's what those symbols are. So that's a power token symbol, and that's a damage token symbol. So it looks like a little 3 Wolverine claws. Now you can see here there's this little swirly symbol, and that's marked on one of the dice. And it means that if you roll that, you can do the skill on there, so push. If the target character is size 2 or less, which again is where that comes in handy, but before any damage is dealt, it may be pushed away from the character a short. So as we were saying there with short, medium and long, that's a short. Now we will go into, when we're looking at the rules, we'll go into all the things like push and how push differs from throw and that kind of thing. As you can see here, shield throw itself, again, if you were to get that, which is called a wild, you can do ricochet. We won't look into too much exactly what that is, but this bottom bit here is your superpowers. So as you can see, Captain America has a number of different superpowers. We won't go into exactly what they are or how they work, because we're going to talk about that when we're talking about the playthrough video. But as you can see here, it's got the name of it, what it does, and then at the end, if there's any costs involved, and bracketed if you're an affiliation with a specific faction, like in this case, Captain America's an Avenger. So if you've got the Avengers affiliation, which again, we'll talk about in a later video, not just to make you guys watch another video, of course. But yeah, just because we're going to break the rules down in small, easy to digest chunks. Instead of watching a 40-minute video telling you how to play it, we're going to have a series of little videos and they'll go into a playlist. But yeah, so that's the thing. So as you can see here, there are the skills. Certain skills will be actions, so it'll take up one of your 2 actions to do. Others will be passive, and others will be reactive, and they'll have appropriate symbols for such. Now, as I said, when a character gets damaged, when he gets knocked out, or dazed, he can't do anything else for the rest of the turn, and then the next turn you flip his card over. So as you can see, Captain America then gets 6 stamina, so he becomes proper hard, as it were. And he has a passive skill, which is called I Can Do This All Day. So when defending against attacks, this character adds blank in its defense roll to its total successes. Now that'll make much more sense when we're actually working through a round of combat in one of the later videos. But yeah, so that's it. So you essentially get 2 chances to fight. You've got your basic, and then you get dazed, which is when you lose, in this case, 5 stamina, and then it flips over, and this is 6 stamina. So, hope you guys enjoyed this look at the stat card of, well, not just Captain America, because all the stat cards are set out the same. Of course, their skills and things and values differ, but all these stat cards will have a similar look and feel to them, or all the ones we've got at the moment, anywho. Some of them may differ, and if they do, you'll find about that in a separate video. But yeah, guys, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Let us know what you think of the game. Are you interested in us breaking down how to play it into lots of little sections, or would you prefer it as one long video? Let us know. Because if you do want it as one long video, I'm quite happy to refilm this bit with, obviously, the rest of it on the end of it. If you're quite happy for it to go up in little chunks, chances are you're going to get them quicker, because, say, doing a video on the dice is obviously going to be a lot quicker than doing a full 40-minute video on how to play the game. But anyway, guys, As I said, thank you very much for watching. Break the dice cards and hope they smile upon you, and make mine Marvel or some generic Marvel reference. Take care, guys. Bye.